Hello everyone, welcome to Graphic Designer vs. Kids. I'm Designer Dad, and joining me are my sons Garnet and John Andrew. Today we're tackling the new XFL logos. We're going to see how my opinions, based on 30 years experience in graphic design, compares to theirs. Alright John, the first one is the Dallas Renegades. What are your thoughts?
I think this logo looks insane. The black and blue just goes great, and the red eyes makes it look intense. And I just love this logo. It just looks like very tough.
Garnet, what are your thoughts?
When I think cowboy, I usually don't think blue, but I think it works. And the red eyes make it look tough.
Yeah, I like this logo as well. I like all the heavy black shadowing. I really like cyan. The red eyes are pretty intense as well. And interestingly, the shape of the logo is almost like the shape of Texas. So John, what grade do you give this?
I give this an A+.
I give this a B.
And I feel like this is an A. All right, next up is the DC Defenders.
I personally do not like this logo because the lightning bolts and the stars just don't really apply to me. And I do not like the DC at the bottom.
Okay, you mean the text at the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay, Garnet?
I like that they use a shield because they're called the Defenders. I don't think the font of DC at the bottom kind of matches everything else, though.
Okay, I agree with you. The shield is a nice touch considering the team name is Defenders. The lightning bolts and the stars, I think they look good. I agree with you, John, that the letters at the bottom do not seem to match. The lightning bolts seem to form a D and a C, and I'm pretty sure that the red and white and the 3 stars come straight from the DC flag. So, John, what's your grade on this?
C-.
Garnet?
I give this a C.
I give this a B. I like the logo. It just doesn't feel football to me. It looks more like a soccer logo.
Yeah.
All right, next up are the Houston Roughnecks. Now, in Texas, oil is big, and this is supposed to look like an oil rig. John, what do you think about it?
I think this looks like the Eiffel Tower. I instantly noticed the H, and the star on top actually looks kind of cool.
Garnet?
I noticed the H right away. It's not very hidden. The star is pretty cool, but like John said, it just looks like the Eiffel Tower at first glance.
Well, oil rigs do kind of look like the Eiffel Tower with that open scaffolding and stuff. The H is supposed to be hidden, but not so hidden you wouldn't notice it, so I think that's a nice touch. I like the red, white, and blue, but ultimately this logo doesn't really work for me. So, John, what's your grade?
I think I should give this a B-.
A B-. Garnet?
B-.
And I'll agree with you. Let's go B- on that. We agree on this one. Next up is the LA Wildcats, John.
I think that the L and the A looks great when it's hooked up, but this does not represent cats.
Garnet?
I don't see any resemblance to cats at all. Like maybe the little hook at the end of the A is supposed to represent a tail, but I can't really tell.
I kind of agree. This logo, I really like the style of the L and the A, and I like the warm color scheme, but I'm a little concerned with the fact that it doesn't represent Los Angeles as a city, Southern California as a region, or Wildcats as a team nickname. So, not a big fan of this one. John, what's your grade?
A D.
Garnet?
C-.
I think I'm also going to give this a D. Again, I like it, but it just doesn't fit. Okay, next up is the New York Guardians. John Andrew, this is meant to look like some of the gargoyles that protect the buildings in New York City. So what are your thoughts?
I think that this logo does not match up because the stripes in the back just don't really look great. And the gargoyle's teeth needs to be gray. It looks like there's blood on his teeth, like it's sunk into a human.
You don't like the red teeth?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Garnet?
I don't like the red teeth either, but I like the stripes because if you look at it sideways, they look like buildings or like skyscrapers.
I like the lion's face. I agree with you, John. I don't like the red teeth either, although I wouldn't make them gray. I'd make them white. And Garnet, I'm going to disagree with you on the stripes. I dislike them. It looks like an Egyptian headdress to me. All right, John, so what's your grade for the New York Guardians?
D-.
Wow. Garnet?
I give this one an A-.
An A-. Wow, you two really don't agree. All right, I'm kind of in the middle. I give this a C-. I like the right half, don't like the left half, but solid, just not great. Next up is the Seattle Dragons, John.
I think that this logo looks great. I love the orange. I love the blue. I love the greens. It just looks awesome.
Garnet?
I personally love dragons and almost everything to do with dragons. The only thing I don't like is the orange spines. I think they could have made those green. But otherwise, this is pretty tough.
Yeah, I really love the style of this. I love the use of the blue for the shadowing. I like the style of the fire coming out. The S-bend of the neck adds a lot of action. I love the color set. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they pull this green, blue, and orange out in their uniforms. So, John, what's your grade here?
A+.
Garnet?
A.
I also give this an A. The St. Louis Battlehawks.
I do not like this. It's just the shades of gray. Heck no. And why is the sword half white and half gray? It should be entirely gray.
Well, I think the gray is to show three-dimensionality, that it's not just a flat area of color, but you just don't think it works. You think the gray should just be replaced with white?
Yes.
Just straight up blue and white. Okay, I see what you're saying. Garnet?
I mean, I think the gray is fine. I just think they need a lighter tint of gray. I think this is pretty solid, though.
You like the shape of it?
Yes.
I like this logo as well. I agree with you, Garnet. If I went with the gray, I would have gone a little bit lighter with it. So overall, John, you give this what grade?
D-.
D-. Garnet?
B.
B. And I'm also going to give it a B. Last but not least is the Tampa Bay Vipers, John.
Why isn't there a snake in the background? It's just not an actual viper, just a V with fangs.
So you would actually like to see a picture of a snake?
Yeah, even though snakes terrify me.
Me too. Garnet?
I think they could have turned the V into a snake. That would have been really cool, but the fangs are a nice touch.
I actually can't stand it. I don't like it at all. I think this is by far the worst of the whole set and doesn't work for me at all. I understand what they're trying to do. I appreciate the cleverness of the V with the fangs, but it just doesn't work for me at all. I don't think it's tough. I don't think it's cool. This is just disappointing. John, what's your grade?
I give it an F-.
Garnet?
C.
And I also give it an F. So we definitely agreed that the two worst logos by far were LA and Tampa Bay. We had mixed feelings about DC, Houston, New York, and St. Louis, but we were also in agreement that Dallas and Seattle set themselves apart. Overall, Seattle was our favorite. Which did you like the most? Feel free to leave comments below. Thanks for watching Graphic Designer vs. Kids. We'll see you next time.